Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to present one AI tool that you'll definitely find helpful for your projects, especially if you're in sound design and music production overall. This tool isn't just any other tool you see related to AI. This tool can actually do magic. I mean, when I say magic, I really mean magic. Basically, it's as flexible as you want it to be. So let me introduce you to Fadr SynthGPT version 2. Now you may be familiar with the first version of this tool, which looks like this. Now we have the second version, which features some additional controls that we are going to get after in detail. Now you can basically write your synth, write anything that you have in mind. This tool will make that sound possible, and you'll be able to hear that sound that you have in your head, which is very insane if you're asking me. Since I'm an old school, we didn't have this back then. Now SynthGPT version 2 looks like this. As far as we can see from the interface itself, you have just one search bar that you can use and some controls on the left panel. So to best learn how this plugin works, let's try to test it and write some of the instruments and my ideas that I have in my head. So let's try with the intimate classic soft felted piano. It sounds like this. This is pretty amazing since it really can replicate the exact piano sound, which is highly impressive. This melody and these chords already sound great, and they're basically ready for you to put them in the mix. That's what I think. Let's try something different. Let's go with the loud blues piano. I find this very interesting. Let's challenge it even more. I know many plugins that feature this kind of sound, these pad sounds, and I find it quite amazing that just one tool can create all the instruments that I personally want. Now what SynthGPT can't do, and I tested out for myself, you can't expect it to make you kicks, snares, some instruments of that kind, because if you look at what it says, it basically says SynthGPT, so it's made to make synths. Fair enough. Now let's get into the more aggressive world and into more aggressive music. Let's try with the wobble lead. Nice, now that wobble lead would need some kind of acid bass, right? Let's get that too. Acid basses are nice, but I'm a guy that likes deep techno basses. Let's see if SynthGPT can do that. I told you, it can do basically everything. I can basically tell the SynthGPT, make me a certain bass, make me a certain instrument, it will do that for me. Now hold on, this isn't over yet. SynthGPT version 2 offers something amazing. You can also control the ADSR of a certain sound that you generate. So I created this deep techno bass. Now I can adjust the volume, attack, decay, sustain and release. And I also can control the stretch mode right here, which is quite amazing. Now when you're in sound design, you usually want to tweak a lot of EQ filters and also adjust basically everything around that sound. Well, guess what? This plugin, SynthGPT version 2, features an EQ section, or as they call it, filtering section. You have a high pass, you have a low pass, notch and band pass filter, which is completely enough for sound design. And I use this one on my deep techno bass. And I need to mention one more thing. You can also adjust the slope. So in this case, I went for 12 dB per octave. Now let's try some of a more complicated instrument to actually replicate, and I rarely find some good plugins that can replicate this kind of instrument. Let's try with violin. And the last test I want to do regarding SynthGPT version 2. I want to try what would happen if I only order, let's say, some aggressive synths from SynthGPT. So not a lot of details, just aggressive synths. Let's see what SynthGPT will do for us. Basically, this tool can create anything you imagine, and you also have different variations. By pressing the arrows to the right, you have different variations of the same sound you wrote in that search bar. You can also save the sounds, and you have the library to memorize all the sounds you generated, or you can also match your favorites so you can use them over and over again, which is, again, just an amazing thing. So I hope you like this short and very concise review on the Fadr SynthGPT version 2. I don't like longer videos because you get lost in them. This is very short, straight to the point, and I hope you now understand why you need to have Fadr SynthGPT version 2. That would be it for this video. Let me know down in the comments or DM me or even email me which tools would you like me to review next.